Hello everyone, and welcome to Shell Point Today for Tuesday, November 10th. I'm Dan Philgreen. On today's show, we'll get a preview of Ingrid Oliver's Zumba class and a preview of upcoming concerts in the Concert and Conversation series from Boren. We'll also get an update about the employee Christmas gift from Cathy Miskell. But first, we want to remind you about tomorrow's concert in celebration of Veterans Day. Organist Craig S. Williams will be here. He is the organist and choir master at West Point, where he plays the world's largest church pipe organ. Read more about Craig on page 27 of your Shell Point Life magazine. The concert will be in the Village Church tomorrow at 2:15. Thursday is the day to gather up your beach gear and head on out to Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park for fun, food, and frolic. A picnic lunch with a Thanksgiving flair will be served, and a traditional stop for ice cream will be included on the trip back to Shell Point. Court pickups start on the island at 8:30 a.m., and the approximate return time will be 3 p.m. The cost is $16 with the ice cream stop on your own. Now, after a day at the beach, you might enjoy a relaxing time at the Village Church enjoying Shell Point's own theater, the Spot Folks. They'll be performing Over the River and Through the Woods, an upbeat, touching, and hilarious comedy about two Italian families whose strong values are a stark contrast to the morals of today. In the story, Angela, the granddaughter, is moving away from her family to advance her career, despite the family's strong objections. Their traditions are exceptionally humorous. Come and enjoy an evening of laughter as you watch the Shell Point Play Readers perform this comedy. And you golfers who are playing in this year's Shell Point Open, remember that Friday is your big day. And a Zumba class is coming up this Friday. It's the fun fitness craze that fools your body into thinking it's having fun dancing instead of actually working at doing exercise. Ingrid Oliver, who will be teaching the class, met Heather Battey at the Island Health Club to show us what it's all about.
Hi, I'm Heather Battey with Resort Services, and I'm here with Ingrid Oliver trying to learn how to do Zumba fitness. Oh my gosh. You can buy sessions with Ingrid doing Zumba fitness. This class will take place on Fridays at 12:45. For only $55, you can learn how to dance like that. What is Zumba anyways?
It's just a great blend of international music from all over the world that gets us basically doing a great cardio workout without even thinking about it, because you just danced your way through the hour and you had so much fun with friends. We just kind of laugh and go along with it and just try your best. The goal is to just keep moving, to get our heart rates up and get our muscles moving, get our bodies kind of going, and then you're done. You don't even realize it.
So what if you can't dance? Can you still take Zumba fitness?
Absolutely. As long as you love music, just come on and try it. You don't have to have the best beats, the best rhythms, the best moves. You just have to try and have fun with your friends.
Okay, show me again. Show me more.
All right,
and if you want to sign up for this class, make sure you call one of the service desks. I'm Heather Battey with Resort Services. Thanks, and stay happy and healthy.
The Concert and Conversation series gives music lovers a unique opportunity to enjoy high-quality concerts with an up-close and personal vantage point, as well as a time at every concert to mingle and converse with the artists in a relaxed setting. What a great way to enjoy both artist and music as a complete experience. Boren is here with a rundown of what is coming your way in the Concert and Conversation series.
It's that time of year when our thoughts turn to the exciting concert season, and many of you look forward to world-class classical musicians as we bring a unique variety of entertainment to the intimate setting of the Grand Cypress Room at the Woodlands. Each concert begins at 7:00 p.m., followed with a meet and greet reception with our artists. Hi, I'm Boren, Director of Resident Life here at Shell Point. It's my privilege to announce this year's Concert and Conversation lineup for our 2015-2016 season. We begin in November with the Gulf Shore Trio, which is comprised of 3 of the most talented artists in Southwest Florida and names that are familiar to many of us. Reiko is an accomplished violinist and concertmaster of the Southwest Florida Symphony, along with Susan Kelly, principal cellist with the Southwest Florida Symphony, and popular favorite pianist William Dawson. The Gulf Shore Trio will present on Monday, November 16th, an evening of great masterworks of classical chamber music that have stood the test of time. In January, we welcome back Aju, saxophonist, who started playing at the age of 10 and quickly found himself entering competitions and performing at a wide range of famous concert halls across the United States. Since then, he has expanded his tour to include Norway, Switzerland, Germany, Austria, France, Portugal, and the West Indies. He also tours with renowned orchestras throughout the United States and Europe. Join Aju on Saturday, January 16th. Join us as we welcome the Iria Brothers duo. Pianist Joseph and violinist John each began their musical education at age 5. Their talents and gifts for music were apparent from the beginning as each advanced in their own chosen instrument. They both attended Eastman School of Music and pursued graduate studies at the Peabody Conservatory. They both currently serve on faculty at Eastman's Community Musical School. Don't miss this talented brother duo on Monday, February 22nd. In March, the De Ponte String Quartet will perform on Monday, March 14th. The quartet has gained national attention and for the past 23 years have performed across North America and also across Europe. They moved from Philadelphia as part of a National Endowment for the Arts and Chamber Music in America Rural Arts Residency. They fell in love with the Mid-Coast, Maine, and decided to call it home. In 2014, they were voted as the best musical groups in Maine by many readers of the Down East magazine and performed 70-plus concerts there annually besides their tour throughout the United States. That's this year's lineup of the Concert and Conversation series. The cost is $80 for the series of 4 concerts, or you can buy a single ticket for $25 each. You can save $20 by buying the entire series. Please consider supporting our Shell Point musical series by becoming a Friends of the Arts donor. All donations are tax deductible and help to ensure that our concert series continues for many more years to come. Checks can be made out to Shell Point Retirement Community with Friends for the Arts noted in the memo section of your check. You can forward your check through intercampus mail to me directly, Dawn Boren, Director of Resident Life, or drop it off at the Legacy Foundation office. Thank you in advance for your support of all the concert series and art programs offered here at Shell Point. I'm Dawn Boren, and we'll see you at the concert hall.
And now, Cathy Miskell is here to bring you an update about this year's Employee Christmas Gift. Hi everybody, we have a little special segment for you here. We have Cathy Miskell with us today in the studio. She is the chairman of the 2015 iteration of the Employee Christmas Fund Committee. And she just asked to come by to give us a little update on how things are going. So Cathy, how are things going with the Christmas gift?
Well, this is always a nail-biting time for those of us on the committee. And this year's receipts are coming in a little bit more slowly than they did last year. So I have about 4 good nails left that haven't been bitten off yet. But you know, there's that old adage that there's 2 things in life you can absolutely count on, and that's death and taxes. And I would amend that to say death, taxes, and the generosity of Shell Pointers. And that's what we count on. It's terribly important. This is a Shell Point resident deal.
Okay, for those who are new, we do have some folks that have just moved in. Maybe you can share a little bit of where did this come from? Is this something that Shell Point management has foisted on the residents to try to milk a little bit more money out of you?
No, they didn't foist it. They didn't even suggest. The Employee Christmas Fund is the creation and the conception of a group of residents here at Shell Point who really understood that we are the beneficiaries of all of the employees, 1,000+ employees who work here to make our lives pretty wonderful. Many of these people we never get to see. I'm so glad you did that segment recently on the laundry.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because it was a revelation.
Right. Yeah, there's a few of us you see all the time on TV, but there's 1,000 of us employees, and a lot of the folks, like the ones cleaning the towels and the sheets,
I know.
we never see them. They're doing their thing behind closed doors most of the time.
Right, and we think it's magic, and it's not. It's a lot of coordinated hard work. And for these people, the gift that we give, we, the residents, give to them at Christmas time is, of course, cash, and very important. It is also an acknowledgement of what they do and how important what they do for us is to us. And, you know, I worked in an industry for 20 years that paid what they called a bonus at year end. In our case, it's a gift. And I want to tell you that I took that bonus as a measure of my performance. And I worked at a very high level because I wanted to see that bonus better and better and better every year. And so I think it's critical that we residents step up and let them know. You know, the paycheck is pay. The gift is personal. And it's powerful dollars because they get to do whatever they want with it. Do you know, some do wonderful things for their children, some have the furnace repaired, you know, it goes on, but they get to say. They don't have to turn it over to a mortgage bank or a landlord or, you know, Publix. And so I'm so committed to this personally and on behalf of all of the residents.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. On behalf of all of the 1,000 of us employees, we certainly appreciate it. It is a wonderful, encouraging thing at the end of the year to have a little extra money to make a trip, maybe to see family or a special Christmas or something. You know, there's always something. There's always a need.
Yes.
Everybody has a need. So we appreciate it very much. You know, from all of us employees, to all of you residents, it is a wonderful, wonderful part of working at Shell Point to be able to receive it. It's been a blessing to my family. So Cathy, how can people, if somebody just hasn't gotten involved and they want to, how do they do it?
Well, there's options, which is always nice. A letter went out recently in which I talked about the challenges that Shell Point faces as more and more of these senior living communities come on board. You know, they're looking for staff. So we've got the best, and we want to keep him. So if you still have that letter in your possession and you haven't stuck a check in there in that envelope that was attached, I encourage you to do that. Similarly, if you write a check, you can just stick it in any envelope, a plain white envelope, and drop it in any one of the donation boxes. They're at the service desks, they're at the nursing station at the Larson Pavilion, the front desk at the Larson Pavilion, and at the nursing stations in the assisted living facilities. And thirdly, and I'm glad you mentioned this, this year is the first year that we have put together an online donation form. And you can go online and choose to give a one-time gift or sign up for the monthly giving for next year. It's so late in this year that people may want to give a check for 2015 but sign up for January 2016 on a monthly basis. I had a woman come to me the other day and say that that's exactly what she's doing, giving the check for this year and signing up. And she said, I'm so pleased because I can give more that way by breaking it down into manageable chunks. So that made me feel very good. And so there is one thing that's very important about the online donation fund that I do want to call the viewers' attention to. And that is that if at any time during this year you used the online donation fund form, the online donation form, I'd like to ask you to double check your monthly billing invoices to make sure that that donation actually went through. Sometimes people are in a hurry or they think that the transaction is done before it's actually done. There is a page that says, is this information correct? And that page is to check the information that you, the donor, has input. There's still one more step, and that is to complete the transaction. Now, the good news is that if you have if you have successfully filled out the form, your screen will flash you a great big thank you. That's how you'll know. And then the next day or within the next business day, you'll get an email from Shell Point's finance department acknowledging your donation. So if you gave last June and you used the online donation form, I ask you to check your invoice to make sure it went through. And if you've given in November, try and remember whether or not you saw the big thank you. And if you haven't, you can call the finance department and see if they got it. The important thing always, always, always is to give. That's what I hope for. That's what I encourage everyone to do. The deadline is December 4th. All right, that's an important day.
Very good.
Friday, December 4th.
All right. Well, I thank you, Cathy, for coming by and sharing, and thank all of you for your participation in this wonderful program of the Employee Christmas Gift. Merry Christmas, everybody. And now it's time to take a look at today's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections.
Hello and welcome to the Happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandler and this is Caitlin Van Scoy, and we're going to tell you the activities offered for you here today at Shell Point. We're going to start with a Health Connections class, Bend, Breathe, and Balance in the Health Club. That's at 7:15. At 8 o'clock, we have Round Robin Doubles Tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. Pickleball will be played at the Pickleball Courts at 8 o'clock. And at 8:15, we have the Stamp Ministry in the Stamp Room on the island. Bocce will be played at 8:30 down at the Woodlands Bocce Court. And the Ladies Golf Association will be at the Shell Point Golf Club at 8:30. Now at 9:15, we'll have open painting down in the art studio, which is in the tunnel. And also at 9:15, it's time for shuffleboard at the shuffleboard courts. Match play mixed doubles tennis will be going on at 9:30. And at 10:15, we have the Susie Q heading to Grandma Dot's restaurant. And you do need to sign up for those Susie Q trips. At 10:15, Through the Bible study will be in the Osprey Room on the island. The Vision Enrichment Group will be in the Social Center at 10:15. And at 11:45, we have Life Quest Living Healthy. That's in the Osprey Room on the island. Here's Caitlin for your afternoon activities.
Thank you, Bev. At 12:30, we have Mixed Progressive Bridge to kick off our afternoon. That'll be held in the game room of the Woodlands. At 1:15, the Knitters Group will be in the Osprey Room on the island. At 1:15, the Rollicking Recorderists will be in the Tarpon Room in the Island Tunnel. And our last 1:15 activity is Women's Ministries Prayer. They'll be in the Hospitality Room of the Village Church. We move to 1:30 for a Health Connections class, Aqua Pilates Stretch at the LifeQuest Aquatic Center. And the Stamp Ministry will be gathering in the Sable Room at the Woodlands at 1:30. At 2:15, we have a Health Connections class, Cooking with our Shell Point Chefs. That will be in the Social Center on the island, and you do need to sign up for that. At 2:45, another Health Connections class, Balance and Mobility Training Advanced in the Health Club on the island, and that one is currently closed. Well, that's all we have for you today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Terry Kolath with your Academy information for Tuesday, the 10th of November. At 9 o'clock, Russian Zostovo Folk Art continues in the Sable Room of the Woodlands. At 9:45, Travel the World Virtually will take place in the Technology Teaching Center on the island for those who have signed up. At 10:15, Facebook Basics on the iPad continues in the Manatee Room on the island. At 1:15, Math and Society continues in the Manatee Room on the island. Since it's Tuesday, I want to take an opportunity to thank our Pavilion Auxiliary volunteers who volunteer in our Larson Pavilion. And I'd like to say you are welcome to join them. We have an orientation coming up. You can find out all about it on the back page of the weekly reminder. We have many opportunities to serve your friends and neighbors in the Larson Pavilion. Please give me a call for more information.
Menus for Tuesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is Seafood Newburg with seasoned rice and peas. The dinner special is the Turkey Buffet for $13.95. And the soup of the day is baked potato. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is a turkey, Swiss, and bacon panini with a side salad for $7.75. The dinner special is your choice of a hot dog or a burger with a side salad, watermelon, and ice cream for $8.75. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill are stuffed chicken breast for $14.95 or pork tenderloin for $15.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm David Pavey, and with me is Judy Brock. Judy, welcome. Nice to have you with me.
Thank you.
We're here to talk a little bit about the weekend of Gordon and Gail McDonald, which will be the 15th to the 17th of this month, November. So a Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And we're looking forward to the ministry of Gordon on the 2 evenings, Monday and Tuesday at 7:15, but on the Sunday morning. But in the evening, we're going to have the two of them, Gordon and Gail, dialoguing with each other on the stage. We're looking forward to that. But there's a very special meeting coming up on Tuesday, which is for women only. This will be at 10:15 in the Social Center. So I understand you're personally acquainted with Gail McDonald, so you might like to tell me a little bit of what you remember and how you appreciate her.
Yes. Well, Larry and I are members of Grace Chapel in Lexington, Massachusetts.
Where they ministered.
Where they ministered, yes. And in 1977, we moved from Connecticut to Lexington and went to Grace Chapel. And I started a Bible study. I started going to Gail McDonald's Bible study there. So that went on for a while, and then we did community Bible study. And she was the teacher leader. So we did that for a few years, and then we went to Joy Bible Study, which was a Grace Chapel. Women wrote the study, and it's similar to community Bible study. So I've had a long association with Gail through the Bible studies, and enjoyed it very much.
I hear she's a gifted teacher.
She's a wonderful teacher. She really is. Gail also has a lot of Gailisms that she talks about. And one of them is hold a crown above their head and watch them grow into it.
Oh, wonderful.
Really, really good.
Yeah. That reminds me of something that Napoleon is supposed to have said, that a man tends to rise to the level of his uniform. I suppose a woman too, but there weren't a lot of women in his army.
It's saying the same thing.
It's seeing the potential in people.
Right, right.
Absolutely.
So,
any other Gailisms that come to mind?
there were a lot of them, but I didn't write them all down. But the other one I remember is when women complain about being interrupted so much, especially when they have young children throughout the day. She would say that interruptions are our business. So that's
good.
a good one too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's very good. So we're encouraging the women to come out for that Tuesday morning session on the 17th, 10:15 in the social center. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful time. I understand that Gail has weathered some health issues. She's had some other stress points in her life and come through them victoriously. So as an older woman, she's got a lot to pass on to the younger women, which is a biblical principle, if you recall. So good. Well, I'm a little bit envious. I won't be there, but you will.
Yes, and people the women will not be disappointed.
That's great. Now, it starts at 10:15, but I understand that refreshments are served at 10 o'clock. So if you want to imbibe a little coffee or have a cookie or something, you come on the early side.
Okay.
Very good.
Very good.
Thank you so much, Judy.
Welcome.
Appreciate
It's been
it.
a pleasure.
And thank you for tuning in to Village Church Connections.
As we bring today's show to a close, we want to remind you to watch again tomorrow when we'll head over to the Island Salon to hear from Robin Church about the specials she has for November. Jeff Corey from the Legacy Foundation will bring an overview of a new series of programs they are sponsoring on medical breakthroughs. And we'll take a fun look back at the recent dog parade at the Larson Pavilion. Until then, this has been Shell Point Today for Tuesday, November 10th. And I'm Dan Philgreen. On behalf of everyone here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.